Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and we are back at it again with another exciting raid video. This one going over the Forge. I know it looks a little overwhelming at the start for newer to intermediate players, but we'll go into it, everything that's important about it, and then after this video, we will go into a relic video, but those two are going to be separate. Before we hit the meat of the video, if you have just started raid, you're on a new account, or you haven't started yet, make sure to download raid using my QR code there at the top, or the links in the pinned comment and description. My creator code is quite juiced, it's quite good, one of the best, if not the best. For using this code, right off the bat, you're going to get yourself a fantastic legendary Tholen. This guy is good to the early, mid, and late game. On top of that, you're going to find yourself 3 epic champions, one at level 10, one at level 20, and one at level 30 entering your mailbox. On top of that, make sure you use the code. In my opinion, Desert Queen is the best, but you'll see here there's a lot of others that you can pick. Desert Queen, again, is going to take you to that early to late game. She's a fantastic void champion and offers a lot of utility and support to your team, allowing you to have, in my opinion, a very well-rounded team. A lot of the guides that you're going to see on this channel are going to utilize the team you get with my creator code, so having that is just going to give you a leg up. And with that, back to the video. Before we hit into that, the Altar of Souls did change. If anybody caught that, it actually has 2 new slots for legendaries, and it also refreshes a little bit quicker, which is really awesome. And then also in our battle under our dungeons for the Iron Twins, you can actually do super raids in this now. So there's like 2 little small tips for those of you playing with the Altar of Souls and keeping out for something you're looking for, or are just farming those awakened charms so you can get some juiced up champions. All right, so back to the Fords. First things first, what is it used for? This is to craft gear with materials. How do you get these materials in the Forge? You get them through 2 ways. One of them being faction wars, which if you haven't already started, I highly recommend doing it. Even if you are like on stage 2, 3, 4, haven't even made it to the first boss, just doing it, it's free. It takes these keys and you get through them pretty quickly if you use super raids. By doing this is going to allow you to farm these materials here on the left. Also glyphs. Another way you're going to be able to get materials is going to be the Doom Tower, which is a fantastic way to farm materials as well. As you can see here, the bosses drop materials as it shows their little loot icon right here. What makes the Doom Tower interesting when farming the materials is that it changes every 3 months. So this month it is the Eternal Dragon. It lasts for the entire month, and then the next month it will be a different boss in there that drops different materials. So the general concept is you can just farm Doom Tower, obviously make use of your time and make use of your keys. You just get resources, period. But there is a particular boss, her name is Dark Fae, that drops the best resources and materials for forge gear. That's going to get you some really high-end stuff. So however, that's for more like middle to late game accounts. I'm just going over how you get the resources going into the actual forge itself, which you can do even without obviously doing Dark Tower in very early game of the faction wars. I do not recommend crafting any of the 4 to 5 gear as it requires some of these epic and legendary materials. Just if you're going to craft any high level gear, go for the 5 or 6 and just use that higher end gear. Most of the time, what you're going to be using for your forge is you're going to be crafting some pretty terrible gear for money. So we can craft 3 to 4 star gear here, and it's going to require, uncommon and rare materials. We're going to be able to make quite a few of them. As you can see here, we have a quick craft icon, which allows us to sell gear as we get it that we don't want. You can set your filters there. And then we have craft 10 right here. So we're crafting in large quantities. Why would you do this? You're going to do this to make a ton of silver. This is a fantastic silver farming method that you're going to get a couple million silver every time that you do this after you save up a bit, even probably more than that. When you do this, make sure you are not using your charms to craft your really shitty gear. Make sure that if you're going to use your charms and you're going to craft and to utilize them, utilize your charms when you're crafting your 5 and 6 star gear, not your 3 and 4 star, just getting rid of it for some quick silver. On top of that, there is a best time to utilize making money and crafting stuff in the forge, and that's going to be during the clan versus clan. Unfortunately, there's not really many forge events. There's like the forge pass, and you can benefit through forging through there to progress farther in that pass. I'm not going to go into that. I haven't even hit that, and I'm like 3 months in the game. It's just not really that important to me. There's a lot of stuff in raid, but definitely taking advantage of all the silver the forge gives you and then utilizing that when there's clan versus clans, because you'll actually get points for every single thing you craft, is going to be really, really good. It's going to make you a ton of money and it's going to make your clan very happy. So taking a look at some gear that you could possibly think about crafting that is very, very good for the new to intermediate accounts, and that's going to be set 1 perception. This is going to give you 40 accuracy and plus 5% speed. 75 to 80% of all characters in the game want accuracy. It helps them land abilities, and it's really, really important if you're wanting to get to those higher stages of the clan boss. Speed, obviously, the faster your champions attack, the more they do, the more they get through their abilities, and the quicker they can kill whatever they're killing. It's a very basic but very core set, and it's going to help you a lot in the early game. As you can see here, we can craft quite a bit of the 5 to 6 star gear, and we can juice it up with our charms if we choose so. But again, we want to wait for the clan versus clan before we do anything like that. The next set we're going to talk about is the Fatal set. It's going to be really good for any of your attack-based champions. It's got the plus 15% attack and the plus 5% crit rate. Most attack champions, the ones that you're going to be doing damage with on your team, you're going to want 100% crit rate, and you're going to want high attack. You're going to want high crit damage. So Fatal being a 2-piece set that you can get a quick 5% and a 15% increased attack is very, very solid. Again, not the best set, but very, very good for those early game accounts. Heading down to the next two, we have Guardian, which is very, very solid. I believe most of this will be coming from Doom Tower, is where you get the Guardian, and the wearer absorbs 10% of all damage dealt to allied champions and heals by 10% every turn. You're going to put this on the rock of your team, your tanks, your buffers. This is just going to keep them alive longer so they can do what they want to do, which is help out the rest of the team and obviously not die. And the last set that is very, very good is going to be the Lethal set, which is, I believe, what comes from Dark Fae, which is one of the bosses in the rotation for the Doom Tower. So Lethal set being a 4-piece, you get the 10% crit rate and ignores 25% of enemy defense. So this is very, very good for your big damage dealers on your team. Ignoring defense is going to make them do more. Obviously, crit rate being 100%, very, very important. So the Lethal set is juicy. A lot of people farm for this. And as you can see, I have nothing to craft of it yet because I haven't done any Dark Fae, but eventually my account will get there. And remember, you can only farm her on the rotation, so I believe she's next month for my Doom Tower. So we'll try to take as much advantage of that. If you opt to do the Forge Pass, I believe the sets you get off of that is Bolster, which is pretty good. Protected, 30% ally HP shield for 3 turns, and then heals 10% every turn. This is quite solid and very good for, again, those rocks on your team, your Jaregs, your tanks. And the next one is going to be the Slayer set, which is okay. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of just like having to do 1 through 9 pieces. It is a variable set. So as you equip more gear, the champion benefits more and more from it. From what I've read, the Slayer set works well on your AoE champions. They're not your main damage dealers. They have that flex spot on the team where they're AoEing. They've got some maybe poison. They got a couple buffs. You know what I'm saying? But again, with it being a variable set, it's a very flexible set, right? Like if you have 2 pieces to 4 pieces to 6 pieces, the set's just going to benefit on however many pieces that you have of that. All right, so that's basically the sets that you need to watch out for if you're trying to progress your account quickly, and when to take advantage of the Forge and why you would take advantage of the Forge. Is remember, wait for that clan versus clan to make a lot of that really terrible 3 to 4 star gear. Even if you're going for the 5 to 6 star gear, wait for the clan v clan, get the free clan points, help your clan out, take advantage of that, get the free silver, which comes from farming, again, Faction Wars and your Doom Tower. And remember, Faction Wars and Doom Tower don't cost any energy, and they just give you resources for doing them. But also, don't go crazy with doing them. There's so many different things that you can do in a raid right now. As you are on a newer account, there's really just a couple, but as you level up and hit around 45 to 55, that's where you start unlocking a lot of this stuff. It can become very, very overwhelming. So don't worry about doing everything all at once every day, as that's just going to exhaust you. But just knowing when you decide to dive into something, how to take advantage of it the best way you can is going to be key to making sure your account's getting the most it can when you are playing. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.